I was born here right in this area, grew up from the time I was a day old in Middleburg Heights, was born at Southwest General Hospital, and so I lived here for the first 18 years of my life, left for 15 years of college and grad school, and then came back in 1998. Been here ever since, and I love being in Middleburg Heights.
We first moved to Middleburg Heights in 1962, and my mother had a business here. We've had our salon here since then, and I like the fact that a lot of it was farmland. We had a lot of beans and onions here in the city. It had the small city atmosphere, but then again, we have major freeways right here. 15 minutes from downtown, or 5 minutes from the airport. We had a lot of luxuries here, but yet you're in a small kind of little community. That's what I liked about it.
I love that it's so connected with all of the adults and children when we get together at the rec center for sport events.
Oh my gosh, what don't I love about the city? I absolutely love how easy it is to get around. Like we first lived on Pearl Road when I first moved up here, so I was a stone throw away from the playground and the rec center, which was wonderful because you could go down the sidewalk to the metro parks and get to the playground, which is huge and it's lovely. It has like 6 different play areas and shelters, and we could do birthday parties. And then we could go to the rec center, which has 0 entry pools, which is great for young to all the way old. And it's just lovely. Like just seeing how you can go to the grocery store, walk to the grocery store or the playground and feel like you're in a completely different town.
So there's been a lot of development, a lot of change in the city. From what I've seen since I was a kid, there's been a lot of commerce and a lot of businesses that have been attracted to the city. So they built that branch of Metro right off of 71 right there. That was huge for the city. We have numerous hotels that have moved into the area, the new Fatheads Brewery. So things like that since I was a kid. It's really cool to see, instead of a lot of cities where they just kind of sit stagnant and they're still and they don't really advance the ball. And Middleburg just seems to be attracting those businesses and wanting more.
There's been this, I think, tight sense of community here that you see longtime people who you'll run into them in various stores or restaurants here in Middleburg. And now you meet them at the community center, which is an award-winning, just a great spot for people to gather and to connect. And so when I'm in the community, you see people who are friends, and I think the stability of leadership in our city, that we have the longest serving mayor in the state of Ohio. There's a sense of quality, whether it's the trees that are planted or the way that you just see sort of a theme, a motif running through our city with design, that it fits together. The city planning has been outstanding for a city like Middleburg Heights.
When I first moved here in 1962, just to give you an example, our rec center, we had a trailer behind City Hall, and all we had here was one sport, baseball. That's all we had. Now let's fast forward this thing to today. We have an 85,000 square foot award-winning community center. We have over 300 programs for not only kids, but for seniors as well. And again, going back to 1962, we had one thing, baseball. Now we have 300 things for people to do.
The rec center is just an amazing place. I think that being able to see where the city has come from the ball diamonds to when I was a young kid, I used to be a scorekeeper, and we would just have a chain link fence and benches to the brick buildings coming up, and then now seeing where the rec center is, we have water slides and activities for the kids and a place to work out, and just the development of the city in the rec center. It's just gorgeous.
I'm on the floor in Middleburg Heights, and it is an amazing place for them to do activities and sports and fun things.
I'm a library aficionado. This is a beautiful library. It has areas for children, adolescents, and adults. We have plenty of computers. If we don't have one at home, we can use them here. We have lots of books, and I love coming for the programs. They have excellent programs to teach us about different things that we want to learn more about.
You can feel safe here. You feel safe. We have the parkway going right through the middle. My wife, when we had kids, we spent time on the parkway every day. And so we walked our kids there. The kids would go on bike rides. We always felt safe. And so as it's developed, it's always felt safe. And so my wife and I, we've been married 39 years, we've always felt that our kids were safe here and we were safe here.
It's a city it's big enough to where I still meet new people every day. You're not going to know everybody there, but it's small enough to wherever I go, and if I'm running to the store, chances are I'm going to run into somebody that I know or somebody I haven't seen in a while, and it's really cool. You kind of get like that little homey feel where people tend to be familiar with each other, and that's what I love about it. I also love the location because honestly, to me, that was a big thing when I was looking to buy a house where I'm going to be for a while. And from Middleburg, you can get everywhere quickly. So you can get the 71 480. I'm 15 minutes to work here in North Olmsted, door to door.
The residents, they love the city. Perfect example is like we just had our 50th class reunion. And it was amazing how many people are still living in the city of Middleburg. They never left. Or if they left, they came back.
It's just a nice area to live. You're close to everything. If you need to take a plane, you're close to the airport. If you want to go downtown, it's easy to get downtown. And you've got country around you. So if you want to go out in the country, you can go out that way.
Raising a family in Middleburg Heights is a wonderful place.
So the best part about growing up in Middleburg Heights is, to me as a kid, is there were so many kids around in my neighborhood, and it just had people to grow with.
The city's been very stable. Always. It's always had some stability.
I think there's a synergy. We have city leadership who wants to bring lift to the city. You have the school district, you have churches, other houses of worship, businesses, and I think when we all work together, hand in hand, we say, we're going to make this a great place to live.
It's just growing in leaps and bounds, and it's pretty awesome, actually.
You're not embarrassed to say Middleburg Heights at all. Doesn't matter, but it does matter.
Being a small business owner in Middleburg Heights has been amazing. I've seen the city grow over the years and the economic development over the years, and being a small business owner, I'm able to watch my business grow as the city grows along with it.
I've seen it develop from farmland to what it is today.
We're going the right direction, and I think the sense of vision and forward-looking, making this a business-friendly community, a place where people want to move to, we're positioned to be a city that doesn't just look to the past, but a city that looks ahead with anticipation to say, this is going to be a great place for years to come.